Hey, budget friends. I'm changing things up a bit for 2025 and I wanted to take it for a test run. Let's take a look. All right, friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa and we are here to do the monthly budget for November 2024. As you can see, 2024 is winding down and we need to start getting things together for the new year. So let's just jump into the monthly budget. So this new spreadsheet is something that I got from vertex42.com. I was trying to create one for myself, but could not settle on the layout or how I really wanted it to flow. So I went onto their website and I found the perfect spreadsheet that is going to work for us. And I hope it does work for us in the coming year because we are trying to streamline things and make it a little bit simpler. And yes, I could have created one myself, but I couldn't sit still enough to do it. So this budget spreadsheet comes with 7 sections. So for us, number 1 is income, number 2 is savings, number 3 is monthly bills, number 4 is debt, number 5 is my babies, number 6 is everyday spending, and number 7 is miscellaneous. So we're just going to go through and budget the money, and then I'm just going to talk you through why I chose to put certain things in certain categories. So some of these categories are like they were in my previous spreadsheet, but I wanted to make things so much simpler when I look at it on a whole when it comes down to the monthly budget. So let's talk about what we're expecting to do in the month of November. Rollover, we're not planning to bring anything over from the month of October. We are almost done. Today is October 29th, and we really don't have any money set aside for the new month. Everything is going to start up in November. So that's why we have no rollover. And it's been a while since I'm starting a month with $0 in rollover. Anyway, for my income, I'm expecting 2 paychecks in the month of November, and it's going to total $2,226 per paycheck. So that's times 2. And I do get a monthly benefit of $1,342 every month. So my total income is $5,794 even. Now I'm also expecting $3,000 from hubby to budget with for the household budget in the month of November. Now, if this is your first time here, I've made mention before, hubby pays his personal bills separate. I'm the one that takes care of the household bills, but I also have a lot of personal bills in here for myself, i.e. personal loans and credit cards. So that's why all of my income goes into this budget for you guys to see. Now, miscellaneous in transfers, this is anything that we get extra in the month or anything that we transfer in from savings. And I'm not planning to transfer any money in from our savings in the month of November. So I'm going to budget 0. So that's a total of $8,794 that we are going to use as income, as in the forecast for November. So this first section is complete. So let's now move into section number 2, which is the savings. And this used to be at the bottom of my budget, but I've brought it back up to the top. I used to have this here in the first part of 2024. I want to prioritize saving. Even though I am on a debt-free journey, I do also have to prioritize saving because if you are not saving, you guys, you're just going to create a problem. And the problem is without the savings, you may more than likely go back into debt. So I'm trying my best to get out of debt and to stay out of debt. So we need to beef up the savings a little bit more. So save up, I'm budgeting $100. True expenses, I'm budgeting $50. And for savings challenge, I'm budgeting $30. And savings challenge is something that I recently start to do. And I'm hoping that I could carry this on because these little challenges do build up. They may go slow and it may be small amounts, but they do build up. So we're going to give it a try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll just figure something else out. So that's a total or subtotal in savings of $180. And as you can see, we have a budget remaining of $8,614. That's the amount that is subtracted from the total income that we're working with. So each section is going to do that. And that is something that I didn't put onto the spreadsheet that I was doing for myself. This is genius. So let's move on. The monthly bill section, section 3. So in this section, I am budgeting everything that has a due date and has a set amount. Now, the amount may fluctuate by month by a few dollars, but this is something that I know is going to happen every single month. Okay, so our rent is one thing we have to pay every month for $2,500. Our electric bill, I did get myself back onto balance billing, so we're paying $107 per month. HP Inc. is budgeted at $2 per month. Peloton is my subscription. It is $44. Google Cloud is budgeted at $3. Renter's insurance is due in the month of November. I do pay every other month, so I'm budgeting $44. Car insurance, now this used to be a part of my transportation category, but I've moved it into the monthly bills because it comes around every month, and this is going to be $258. iCloud storage, I'm budgeting $10. Sirius XM for $8. Internet is now about $84 per month, and our cell phone is at $260 per month. And as soon as we pay off the last two devices that we are paying off, the cell phone bill will be reduced by just about $100. So I can't wait for that to be done. I think we have about 6 more months to go, and then we'll be good. I think one's going to fall off in 4 months, but the second is going to fall off within 6 months. And I can't wait to get rid of that. Now, the subtotal for this section is $3,320, and that's going to leave us with $5,294 even. Now, let's move into the debt section. Now, before on my other spreadsheet, I had the debts separated. So my auto loan used to be in the transportation section. Credit cards used to have its own section because I do also budget using YNAB, and YNAB separates your credit card from any other debt. So I did have that, like I have it set up on YNAB where the credit cards are separate, but now I'm lumping debts. Everything is going together. Why am I doing this? Because I want to see how much we're throwing towards our debt on a whole every month. I want to look at it and see that number right in my face to say, listen, this is what you're throwing away every month. So our auto loan is $940, and I don't need to put it there. We need to come down here. Credit card payments is going to round out to be about $249 for the month. Personal loans, I have both of them listed because I have 2 personal loans. It's going to cost about $1,690 per month. And student loan is only $40 minimum for the month. Extra debt, we are not budgeting anything here. It doesn't look like we'll be able to do anything extra in the month of November as far as the numbers look right now, but we never know if we're able to bring in more income or cut down on spending in other areas. We'll be able to throw some extra money towards debt. So that subtotal is $2,919, and that's going to leave us with $2,375. Now, like I tell you, I want to see this number in my face because this is almost $3,000 that we're throwing to debt. And it's not even extra payment to the debt. This is just the minimum payment. So for me, this is a shocker. And yes, I do budget every month. I do look at my closeout. I do look at my debt update. But just seeing it here when before it was separated, this is a reality check for me. Now let's move up into section 5, which is for my babies. And I did split this out because I have quite a few different things that I pay for my kids, i.e. I have after school for $100. The babysitter for the month of November, we are trying so hard not to utilize the babysitter because we are trying to cut costs everywhere we can. And hubby and I have been bouncing around and doing what we need to do with the kids just so we don't have to pay an extra payment towards the babysitter on like a weekly or a monthly basis. So we're not expecting to use her in November. If we need to, we're going to have to shift and pivot and fit that in somewhere into the budget. But as of right now, we are budgeting $0. Braces is at $164, and we are almost done with this payment also. So once that is done, we don't know right now what phase 2 is going to be for my son's braces, but once we're done with these payments, we'll have a little bit of a break before we start again. So child support is $526. That's next. Clothes and shoes for the kids, budgeting $0. Fun money, allowance, and gifts were also budgeted zero, but haircuts, I'm budgeting 30 to get my son's haircut and $0 for toys, activities, and supplies. So that's a total of $820 in the My Baby section, and that's going to leave us with $1,555 to budget in the next two sections. Now, the next one in number 6 is my everyday spending, or this is like the variable section. So in this area, I'll be able to freely move money from each category to the next depending on the need. And this is where I can shave money just in case we need additional monies in other areas. I'm hoping that we can reel in because this is my problem section. So copay, I'm going to budget 100. Eating out, I'm going to budget another 100. Gas for our cars, I'm budgeting 250. Given is coming in at 5. Groceries, I'm budgeting 800. Household goods, I'm budgeting 150. Medication, I'm budgeting 50. And personal, I'm budgeting 100. So that's a total of $1,555. And that was our remaining amount. So what that tells me right away, which I already know this, but that what this is showing is that the next section, or miscellaneous, there's nothing to be budgeted here, and I really didn't plan on budgeting anything in this section. So all of these, car maintenance and repairs, parking fees and tolls, heating oil, propane, reimbursement, unexpected spending, those are all coming in at zero for the month of November, or I'm forecasting to not spend any money in these areas. Car maintenance, repairs, this is something hubby usually takes care of. Occasionally, I will have to buy something for repairs on our vehicles. Heating oil, we are doing good, you guys. So far, so good. It's starting to get cold, so I know this is going to pick up. So I know in the month of December and even in January, we're going to have to budget a little bit for heating oil. So propane, we do pay on a need basis. What they do deliver and then they bill. So I don't think we will need propane in the month of November. If we do, it will probably won't be billed and be due to be paid until December. So we could push that back a little bit. So as you can see on the bottom of this spreadsheet, it says your final budget to make it zero. This is a zero-based spreadsheet, zero-based budget, and that's what we are. We budget every single penny that we bring in on a monthly basis because every dollar has an assignment and it has a job. So with the income we started out with, $8,794, that's the amount of money we're going to spend in expenses. So even if it's going to go sit in savings until we need it, that's a job. If it's going to be a rollover or a buffer, that's a job. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do if we have any rollover. I will see. I may put it here to be next month's rollover, or I'll figure it out. But as of right now, as you can see, this month we don't have any money that's going to roll over into the month of December. So I haven't figured that out yet. Let me know how you like this spreadsheet. Like I said, I did not create this spreadsheet myself. I got this from vertex42.com. They have a lot more spreadsheets there that you can use to fit your need. So go take a look. I'm going to see if this works for me. If it works, we're going to use it in 2025. But for what I really wanted to do, this was it. I wanted to streamline everything. I wanted to shrink my categories down a lot more when it comes down to the monthly budget. So you guys, I appreciate you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. This is what November is going to look like for us in the forecast. Hopefully we can bring in some additional money. Hopefully we can reduce some of our spending in certain areas. And hopefully we could save a lot more than $180. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love for you to follow along with my journey and just to watch me win. You guys, we're doing it. We are doing it. And 2025 is going to be big for us. We're going to do big things. I'm claiming it now. So thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye now.